Hello, and thank you for joining me, Amber Bach, for my Week 2 presentation on my temperament results for MPA 520 Leadership and Management. I first wanted to go over the temperament survey results that I took last week. I fell under the ESTJ categories. Each column represents a different characteristic. So first column represents being extroverted versus introverted. These are almost 50-50, which does not surprise me because although I excel in being an extrovert or I don't have any issues being social, I do also like to be introverted. I have no problems on a Friday night just staying home and reading or just being by myself, so that does not surprise me that those were almost 50-50. The second column has to do with sensory or being highly observant opposed to intuitive. The third column has to do with thinking or tough-mindedness opposed to feelings. And then the final column has to do with judgment or making and keeping schedules opposed to perceiving or probing, asking additional questions. That final column definitely does not surprise me. I love schedules. I love itineraries. No wonder I almost got 100% under the judgment portion. And then the other two also very widespread. I'm definitely in the S&T columns. That does not surprise me as well. So there are 4 different categories. I fell under the 4 SJs, specifically guardians and the subsection of supervisor. All right, so the traits of someone in the ESTJ category. They are organized, confident, assertive, objective, realistic. These are all traits that represent me. I am 100% almost word for word the ESTJ in the book, the Kiersey book. My mom from a young age has said I've always been responsible. I've always been a leader. When I was young, I would take care of my things, and then when I got older and my younger siblings, because I'm the oldest, when they were young as well, I would delegate activities. I would just be the boss. So starting with the first column of being an extrovert, I am very much an extroverted person. I have no problems in social settings. I can talk to anyone. I don't feel weird or awkward. I'm fine speaking in public settings as well. However, like I showed on the results slide, I was pretty almost even with the introvert because I also like to be alone, read, do a lot of things by myself as well. Second, the sensory or being observant. I am highly observant of not only my surroundings, but also in my work setting. For example, I have to investigate claims, sometimes based off of very little information, and I have to pick up on essentially everything so that I can make a liability decision, because that is my job. I have to make a liability decision. So a couple days ago, I had to take a recorded statement for a backing incident, and the woman had provided a couple of photos, and then I was only going to have her statement to go off of to make my decision. And I reviewed her photos while taking her statement, and I noticed that in her trunk area, she had an SUV, so it was I guess a liftgate area. It's all open, so you just have that rear windshield. There were a bunch of balloons in the car still when she took that photo after the incident. And one of the questions we are required to ask is, was there anything blocking your vision? Because she had backed into another vehicle. And she had said no. However, those balloons were clearly blocking the rear area, and she was most likely relying only on her side mirrors. She had said no, and I did not bring that to her attention during the recorded statement because I did not want to jeopardize the rest of the statement and try and have her figure out where I was going and have her adjust her answers so that she can try and seem like she wasn't at fault. But I did bring that to her attention after the recorded statement was done. I just advised, hey, I noticed that there were balloons in your trunk as well. Can you explain? So that is something that I was able to notice, catch, and bring to her attention to aid in my investigation. And then also along with my environment, I'm always pivoting, looking around. Even while I'm driving, I'm always looking at my rear view mirrors, side view mirrors. I am just very aware of my surroundings, and I never want to be in a situation where I could be in danger, so that's why I'm highly observant in my environment as well. So third, tough-mindedness or objective and personal. I get this a lot actually in my workplace. Management always tells me that I am not being empathetic enough, or I steamroll people when I'm speaking to them. I own the conversation, which is something that they say a lot. However, it is my job. I'm meant to provide them with the facts, the law, and ultimately a decision. I'm not there to sugarcoat things, hold their hands. Yes, everything's an accident, which I explain. It's not, you didn't purposely hit someone, but the law is black and white, and I just present it in that way. However, despite me being quote unquote impersonal, I still have one of the highest customer satisfaction rates in our office. And I believe that is because I am able to adjust for the person I'm speaking with. I also get it a lot. I have a very young voice, or my voice, either it can go either or. Sometimes people say my voice comes off very nice. Other people say my voice comes off very stern and unempathetic. But I'm able to push through, and I'm still able to have people look at me in a positive light. And then finally, the judgment portion, keeping with the schedule. I love schedules. I love itineraries. I thrive on them. I sometimes can get a little anxious if we don't have a schedule or if something goes awry. However, I'm still able to kind of pull everything together and take charge and move forward. So ESTJ results, definitely me. It was weird reading every single line of the book, because I was like, wow, this is me, this is me, this is me. So me to a T. All right, so thank you so much for listening to my results and just a little bit more about me. Have a great rest of your day.